What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Amalgam Show. I'm one of your hosts, Keena Johnson, alongside Nathaniel.
You had to choose
Howdy,
which side,
partner.
didn't you?
Yeah, Dean.
Oh, get fucked, Kyron. You got mentioned last.
I'm right next to you, shithead.
You better spice it up, and Kyron
You
Johnson.
What's up?
You got spiced it up. It's the spice to me, boy.
You got
can't-
smacked on,
Look,
boy.
He
Get
says he's
dunked on.
beside someone, but he ain't beside you, bitch. Get fucked.
Denton.
Denton.
And we're off to a
What's the
rolling
Amalgam Show
start.
about?
What?
You're the host.
I love it because you were going to ask me when you asked me last time.
How about we issue this to the audience? Write in the comment what we write in the comments what we're into.
Is this the part where we get bullied? Because I feel like that's where.
Oh yeah, that's probably scary.
Bullying.
What do they talk about? Fuck all.
The Amalgam's How is where we get together and talk about pop culture and stuff we care about.
Well done, Nathaniel.
This
Thank you very
week's
much.
I'm
topic
one
is
of
the
your-
topic of the topic of the show, the end of
Dragon Ball Super.
Dragon Ball Superboys.
Superboys. That's a completely different franchise.
But first, some
Housekeeping.
housekeeping.
It's
Housekeeping.
on autopilot now. Be sure to check out our Dragon Ball discussion video where we talk about Dragon Ball Super and the 124th episode. That was fun.
Yeah.
And our Pizza Time episode 10.
Pizza Time 10, where we talk about ending Pizza Time, but maybe not really.
It's having suicidal thoughts. We're gonna try and help it through it, but if it's determined, we can't really.
I feel like we
control
can't really get rid of it when Dragon Ball
We're
Super
running
may
out of
be
content.
ending.
it. Oh no.
But if you have any questions for the show, please comment below or email us at amalgamshow@gmail.com.
You wanted to say it. You're
I
like
hate
Amalgam.
Every time. I have to not. And if you
Amalgam's
enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell if you want to.
Join the notification squad. Hashtag notification squad.
Just share it with your friends that you think
yeah, share
might
it.
enjoy this. And even if you don't think they'll enjoy it, just help us. Come on. We're doing nice things for you.
Put it on your
We're giving you some entertainment. How about you
Put
share
it on Reddit.
Share it
Make it a
around.
meme. That's how people get big nowadays. Fucking call us out.
Yeah, and Big Macs. That's also how you get big.
What?
Big Macs.
Big man.
They do chicken Big Mac now.
No, that's upsetting. Next.
Okay, what we're into this week. What have you been up to, Nathaniel?
Oh, caught up on Doctor Who. Actually,
yeah.
did some nerdy stuff this week.
Well done.
shit.
Caught up on Doctor Who and
you
watched
watch
the
the
Christmas special.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. It's probably the best thing that happened in the entire Capaldi fucking series.
The Christmas episode or that season?
Christmas episode.
Okay.
That season started off very slowly. The first half of season 10 was literally like, oh, humans have created this thing that's gonna it's killing them. We've got to stop it. And that was like the first half. But I really, really enjoyed the last few episodes of season 10 because Missy came back in.
Awesome.
And the Master was also there. And when I say the Master, I mean like David Tennant's Master. Like
Yeah.
the guy from those
Gordon
episodes.
Bastard,
And he actually fucking he met Missy and everything. The episodes were about mostly Missy and the Master,
Okay.
but it was also about how the Cybermen came to be.
I forget. Yeah. Whenever people say Cybermen, I think of like the Cybermen from Dragon Ball.
Oh no, but there's one that's Cybermen. Okay, so the Cybermen are the ones that walk around the metal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know who they
yeah,
are. Yeah,
the
the
one-
one for a second. Yeah.
The tin
but
fuckers.
These ones are the Mondasian Cybermen. For those of you that don't know what Mondas is, it's the first planet the humans go to colonize.
Oh.
Because like right at the start of the episode, I got confused because they were like, "Oh, this rocket," because they're on a ship that's like heading towards a black hole, but they've got the backward thrusters on, and the whole thing is like the ship is super long because they're running from Mondas,
Okay.
and so it's like everyone from that planet is on this one ship, and they're trying to get away from a black hole, but the thing is because black holes are so dense, the front of the ship, their time is slower, so they're going slower in time than the back of the ship, and that's where all the Cybermen are getting colonized. So the thing is like, okay, we could take a lift up to the front of the ship, but if we were to do that, by the time we get up there, it's been thousands of years for them down there, and they will have figured out how to stop us by the time we get to the top. So they're like, shit, because that's where the TARDIS is at the front of the spaceship, so they can't get back up there. The Doctor's assistant, Billy, do you guys care about Dr.
I know
Billy?
Not really.
Oh, wait, which one? No.
Okay, so Billy was the latest assistant. Black girl with an afro.
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
She gets turned into a Cyberman.
Oh no, like for
Yeah.
realsies?
Like for realsies, like they can't stop it. She gets turned into a Cyberman. Like,
okay.
what happens is she gets shot by someone because they land at the front of the ship and this dude is the only guy there and he's not human. He's like a blue guy and he's like, "Is any of you human?" And they're like, "Why are you asking us this?" And they're like just dancing around the question because they're trying to suss this guy out. And like the lift's coming up, they only ever come up here if they can sense a human because that's what Cybermen are.
Yeah.
Basically, he shoots her. They take and then their guy runs away. They take Billy and then Bill. They take her down to the bottom, and then she stays there for years and years. And she's just like, "Why is it taking so long? Like, what's going on?" And turns out she was like being upgraded the whole time.
Jesus.
And literally, what was it? It was something like 10,000 years or something like that. Or was it 10 years? Something. It was like a ridiculous amount of time.
Yeah.
And she only fully gets upgraded and turned into a Cyberman 2 hours before the Doctor actually gets there.
Jesus Christ.
And so the Master goes and finds Missy and convinces her to go onto his side. The Doctor...
Are there no rules about like seeing your past self sort of thing?
Not when you're a Time Lord.
Okay, fair enough.
But
It's like preferable you don't.
Yeah.
But you can.
There are some times where you can't screw it up. Like the Doctor can't stop where he dies. You can never go to where you die, like your grave.
Oh yeah, no about that.
You can't. Like for example, the Doctor married Riversong, and their paths were going the opposite direction. So as he was getting to know more about her, she was learning less about him, sort of thing. As he
I do
was
like that concept. I haven't seen it. But I've heard
and that
about
was
it.
like the library thing when David Tennant was in the library, and she was like, "I know you. You're my husband," and he's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Because it's the first time he'd met her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the last time she saw him.
Aww.
Yeah, because she died in that
Yeah.
episode. But it was a really good few episodes. So what ends up happening is Bill ends up like becoming this basically rocket fuel. Like it was explained way at the start of the season. It's really hard to explain to you guys, but basically she becomes rocket fuel and flies into space as like basically a dead person who can morph in an out of liquid state with this other girl who also got turned into that, and they love each other because the whole thing about Bill was like she was a lesbian. Like they kept on bringing that up.
Okay.
But she was really
Inclusive.
good.
Yeah.
She was really good. Even though she was a
Doctor.
Cyberman, she maintained her head, so she was still good. We think that Missy's dead now, but we don't know. The spaceship, like they couldn't stop anything happening. The Cybermen are still out there. The Master escaped. The Master's the one who started the Cybermen, was the whole point of it. Like he was the one who started the upgrading and stuff.
Like, did he create the Cyberman?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's how it became. And he's like,
Is that like a new plot thing, or is that
no, that
established?
like it wasn't really something they'd never like really explained where they came from. They're like, oh, the Cybermen from Mondas. They were the original ones. So they brought back like the old designs for the Cybermen as well. in this
Oh,
episode.
okay, cool. From like the old fiction
Yeah.
shows.
And the Doctor was gonna die, but that's how he was saved. Bill turned into that rocket thing and like took him to the TARDIS, and then he got to fly away in the TARDIS, but he was unconscious. Really sad thing about Peter Capaldi as a Doctor is he never really knew what happened to his assistants when they left. They just disappeared. Like his
Aw.
memory got erased for Clara, and he didn't know where she went. But she went off in a TARDIS with what's her fucking jobs from Game of Thrones.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
Is she
fucking-
Time Lord or something?
No, she's just an immortal human.
Who has a TARDIS?
Yeah, she got a TARDIS somehow. I can't fucking remember how.
What the fuck?
So wait, which one is it? The really tall?
No, it's
Or Amelia
the
Clark.
baby chick. Not the baby.
the
chick.
sword girl.
Yeah.
Oh, her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
Alright, yeah.
she's in Doctor Who.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
Maisie
awesome.
Williams.
Yeah.
Maisie Williams.
I couldn't
yes.
remember it either. I know
Um,
that, but yeah.
Yeah, she's flies off with Clara in a TARDIS because Clara doesn't like the Doctor anymore or something. I can't remember how it went, but yeah, And then Billy flew off and the doctor didn't know what happened. He just assumed she was dead. But yeah, that's how that all went down. But the Christmas special led off that episode.
Mm-hmm.
The doctor was regenerating. He's like, no, not yet. And he steps out of the TARDIS and
Press
puts his
B.
hand.
He presses B.
Well, yeah, they do that a lot. Like they keep on going. Like
Yeah.
he stopped himself regenerating for like the last 3 episodes. Like he was supposed to regenerate like at the start of when they landed on that ship or something like that.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh no, he started to regenerate when the Master and Missy beat the shit out of him.
Okay.
And then he did something really stupid that's going to affect him in later episodes. He changed the programming for the Cybermen way back so that they don't hunt for people with just 1 heart. They hunt for 2. So now the Time Lords are in danger of being upgraded as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But at least that's like
He did it so that they would hunt Missy and the Master because that they were going to get away and leave him for dead.
Yeah.
But then they needed him. But yeah, that's how that happened. But he like basically the TARDIS tries to get him to regenerate and is like, we're not going anywhere, you're regenerating, and he's just like, no, I don't want to yet, I still got things to do. And then so the TARDIS is like, you know what, I'm going to teach you a lesson, because you know the TARDIS is like a sentient being, whatever. Takes him to like the South Pole.
Oh, okay.
To the episode where the first Doctor regenerated. The very first one regenerated, and he was in that episode.
That's why that doctor's in that episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they were both stopping themselves from regenerating, because the first Doctor was like, no, I'm not gonna. I just want to die. But then he had to regenerate anyway. And the whole point of that episode was like, the Doctor had to come to terms with regenerating himself, because if he didn't, he couldn't convince the first Doctor to regenerate and do everything that he's done since. So that was the whole point of that episode.
Interesting.
That's cool.
And they got the Doctor. Sorry, do you remember after the 2 Doctor special?
Yeah.
That we watched on TV, and then the next thing after that was how they got Mr. Filch to play the old Doctor in that like documentary sort of style.
Yeah.
They got that Doctor to play the first Doctor.
Okay.
So it's basically like they got an unofficial Doctor to play an official Doctor, which I think is interesting.
Also, they brought back a sentient Dalek that's like super good and hates the Doctor still, but hates the Daleks even more.
Okay.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend type of thing.
Yeah, sort of thing. Well, he the Doctor went inside that Dalek as like a miniature person.
Yeah, I've
and,
seen
like,
that episode.
went
That
through
was-
Oh
it.
yeah, no, I've seen that. Yeah.
That was pretty interesting.
And changed the programming, so now that Dalek's against all Daleks. And he went to like this point in time where that Dalek has single-handedly taken down a planet of Daleks.
Right.
And is now just a big database, like he's hooked into the planet. And
That's
he's
some
like,
brainiac shit.
anyone who comes to that planet seeking to destroy the Daleks, he'll help. So
Okay.
the Doctor gets there and he's like, I want to kill you. And then he's like, I'm dying anyway, I'm trying to die, because he was. and then the Dalek
I'm
is
just
like,
really
oh, okay,
trying to
cool.
die,
And he shoots his
fam.
gun off. Like he like gets rid of his gun so he can't shoot anymore. He's like, come in. But yeah, it was a really good episode. I liked it, and they introduced a new plot point which I was really excited about. It's called, I can't remember what they're called, but basically it's an organization of humans from the future that go back in time to the point where someone almost dies, where they're just about to die. They download their entire memory into a database, and then they take them back to that point in time and then leave them, so that they die usually. But so basically they just want to keep everything on the records. That's what they do
really
for history.
intense.
Yeah. But so like the Doctor's treating them like bad guys, but turns out they're not actually bad.
Yeah.
And
What do you think of the new Doctor? No. It's
well,
like every time.
I don't mind it. I don't mind the fact that it's a girl. I'm just kind of annoyed at the fact that they are doing this in a time where the series seriously needs to be saved and like resurrected, because when it hit Capaldi, it's going to start to go downhill because the writers changed and
Yeah, they've changed showrunners.
Yeah, they
like-
need to bring it back to its core
Yeah.
audience. It's not now.
it
Is not
needs
the
to
time
be a
for it
trendy
to
asshole again. Like that's who the Doctor needs to be.
Yeah.
And like a really clever trendy asshole. That's basically it. Someone who thinks they're the best.
Yeah.
And if this girl can't pull it off, the only thing, another thing I didn't like was the fact that her T-shirt is literally just a rainbow, picture of a rainbow on it.
Okay.
Like that's her outfit.
How much
She
you
got
want
to
to bet
choose.
she's a lesbian?
She probably is. I don't know.
I mean,
But-
she probably has the Doctor's sexuality still,
Yeah,
and
and the
he
Doctor
always
does.
found attractive.
Well, he found
females.
he was attracted to it. Like there was a lot of times when Matt Smith kissed a guy.
Yeah,
He was
that's also-
bisexual.
That's true.
What was I going to say?
The preference changes from Doctor.
And also, like, you always hate the Doctor when they first.
Yeah,
showed up.
I hated Matt Smith.
I hated like
the only
David
Doctor
Tennant
I-
and Matt Smith.
Well,
when
the
they
only
showed
Doctor
up.
I did like to begin with was David Tennant, but that was just because he wore Converse. That was the only. But I just don't like the fact that she got to choose all of this shit and she just went with the most basic stuff. Like, it's like, you can create your own outfit as the Doctor, and she's like, ha, rainbow t-shirt.
Wow.
Like, she could have gone and
Yeah,
done something
yeah,
really
we-
cool, but she's just like, yeah, just have a jacket and a rainbow t-shirt.
Anything else, or is that about it?
I almost finished getting over it and then fell back to the start.
You went back to the start of
I
that.
fell back to the start.
How do you
Like, I almost got, like, with getting over it, you can fail at any time and be pushed all the
Oh,
way back
getting
to the
over
start.
it, the game. I thought, yeah, you're talking about the show, like
No.
Doctor Who.
No, I
Yeah.
almost finished it, and I fell all the way back to the start, and I was like,
Oh.
"Fuck this, Alt F4." Yeah, but that's pretty much it for my week. Sorry that took so long. I just
That's
got really
fine,
intense.
What have you been into, Kyron?
Oh, I just finished Bates Motel, up to what they have on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good ending for that season. In my opinion, it should be the ending of the show, just because of some shit that happens in it, and I'm hesitant to watch the 5th season, because
Yeah.
it's an origin story, and I'm afraid they're gonna now, because like his anchor, like one of the things that were anchoring him to kind of stay sane, is now gone.
Yeah.
So
If that's-
I'm worried they're gonna make him too crazy for what the movie was, or just it's gonna go off rails and be weird. I don't know.
Is it similar to when like Dexter's wife died?
Yeah, kind of.
Like that's when I stopped watching. Like I don't want to fucking watch this anymore.
Yeah, no, it's one of those. Now they're without an anchor, or they're a ship without a captain. It's just like, it could still work maybe, but I'm hesitant. I mean, it's got good writers, it's got terrific actors, but my God, I'm scared for it.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I started watching the first season of American Horror Story. I've seen every other season except for the first one. I saw like 4 episodes just casually, like walking in after school and mum sitting there watching it on Netflix. I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I'd walk off, and then I started watching it properly, just the second season, because I was like, oh, I know what happens in the first one, so I'll just go on
And they're not really contingent on each other.
yeah, and then, they're independent, so I wasn't really worried about it. But started watching that, and yeah, that's about all I've been into this week. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's it.
Dino. Dinosaur.
Oh, I don't know. What have I been into?
You've been playing lots of video games.
I have
With your
played
friends.
a lot of video games.
You're playing
What's-
Dragon Age.
What's the notable ones? Yeah, I started playing Dragon Age Origins today. Mainly because I got bored and it was there, and I haven't played it before. It's going alright so far.
I mean, it's like Mass Effect 1. A little bit janky, but
Yeah,
still good.
it's a little weird. Yeah.
Yeah, I told him it'd be pretty politicky.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Mass Effect 1, but
Yeah.
with swords.
So yeah, that's the thing. I tried the Metal Gear Survive beta.
I tried that too. It is
Um,
not good.
I don't mind it.
I don't think I like the whole like inventory system.
Yeah, look, I don't like the fact that it throws you into it without giving you any explanation on anything. It's
I
just
can
kinda
try
like,
to, but it doesn't like.
It expects you to have played the other betas.
I don't like there haven't been any other like released public betas at all. Like,
Not
there's been-
public, but like I think there were closed ones.
I think there were a couple of closed
because
ones.
this one is purely based on a single mode of the game.
It's like wave based,
Mm,
protected base sort of thing.
pretty much, yeah. So that's, I don't really like it on that sense, but I don't know. It's not a bad game. If it wasn't Metal Gear, it would be fine. I would have no problems with it.
Yeah.
But the fact that they've called it Metal Gear Survive, like if it was its own game, it would be fine.
And if it was some other game, we wouldn't even be talking about it.
No, if it was its own game using the Metal Gear engine, there'd still be a buzz around it because it would be Metal Gear, like engine, and reminiscent of Metal Gear. But if they didn't use the highly prestigious name of Metal Gear to make a glorified COD,
It's not COD. It's
COD
Left 4
Zombies.
Dead.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
A glorified,
COD Zombies is co-op, yeah.
not that great.
Is it literally
shooter.
zombies again?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking god. When is that gonna die out? How long is this fucking
Like
thing
that's the
been going
thing.
for?
Zombies aren't really a thing in Metal Gear.
And
Like
they're
we have
played out too. Like people are tired of zombies.
it's done something that Metal Gear has never done. It's done like extra dimensional shit. Yes, we've had like confusing ass timelines. Yes, we've had nanites that make people vampires and weird things and ghosts, but we've never actually had like multiverse stuff. And it's just, as someone who cares about the Metal Gear lore, this game's just fucking bullshit.
It shits it away.
Yeah, just
It
like,
takes a prestigious name and rides off its name in hopes.
annoying with the pachinko machines that they're using that fucking gorgeous engine to like make little cutscenes for those machines. In that like still just like Metal Gear Solid 3 looks in that engine looks beautiful, but it's not a fucking pachinko machine.
And for those who don't know what a pachinko machine is, it's just a kind of shitty
Basically.
arcade game. Like, you know those like claw machines, or you put a coin in and then it puts a bunch of coins down, or it's like pinball. It's like a hybrid between all of those things with really cool graphics and a lot of flashing lights, and you'll probably get an epileptic fit if you have epilepsy looking at these things. They look really fun, but for the entirety of that company to be like, yeah, nah, no more video games, just pachinko machines, really makes me fucking mad.
Like, I don't like Konami, especially what they did with Kojima and fucking over that whole studio, like treating them like shit.
Yeah,
Like
no.
didn't pay them properly and all that kind of stuff, and then
Got really fucked up. But yeah, he's gone off, made his own video game company, and now is making a game that I'm actually quite excited for, even though I know exactly nothing about it besides the fact that fucking... What's the dude's
Mads
name?
Mikkelsen.
Huh?
Mads Mikkelsen?
No, probably.
He's in it.
Who's the...
Norman Reedus?
Yeah, Norman Reedus.
Give me a
Dale. Or
Daryl.
Daryl from
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead.
Oh, you're
He's
talking about that one where
Death
it's
Stranding.
like...
Death Stranding, yeah.
Yeah, I watched the trailer for that and I got really confused.
That's
Yeah,
the thing, like the
I have
trailers don't explain
zero-
any.
Zero fucking clue what
Explains
it's about.
fuck all. It like
But
goes
I'm
down his
keen
throat
for
right
it.
at the end and there's a baby in him.
Yeah, and
I
I
was like, excuse me?
yeah, exactly. We'll show it to you after the podcast because it's like
You're
3
gonna-
minutes.
you're
It
gonna
makes
shit
a
your
negative
pants.
sense. Like, I've watched all the trailers.
Just
I
as you
still
start
don't-
to think, oh, I got this. Norman Reedus is pregnant, and you're like,
Yeah.
huh?
It's confusing.
It's art.
It's Kojima.
It's Kojima art.
It's Kojima unhinged.
Yeah,
Okay.
without restraints.
Were you into anything else, Dean?
My mate, before I say anything, my mate Jack, he's like, I'm really excited for this game, but also I have no idea what the fuck's going on. And I looked it up and I was like, yep.
The only thing I
Okay.
know for a fact is that it's in the Horizon Zero Dawn engine, so I'm excited about that.
Still, it's a bit.
It's pretty.
I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be very pretty.
It would be very, very pretty. Especially if Kojima has his way with that engine and makes it better.
Oh,
He fiddles with a lot of things. Like,
He
he
does,
has people
But
fiddle
that's
with
not
them.
what he's been doing. He looked specifically for an engine that'd be good, so he doesn't have to fucking build an engine from scratch or do
Fair.
anything about it. He just wants to like make a game.
Fair enough.
They'll make modification like every engine.
But being the perfectionist he is, he will modify that
he's
engine.
not really a perfectionist. He just makes really good games. But anyway, is anyone gonna ask me what I'm into? No, you don't care.
No, you just kind of take over for this.
Keena.
Yeah?
Keena.
I'm not Keena.
Keena.
What?
What have you been into this week?
Oh, not much.
Oh, okay, cool. Moving on.
So,
I finally
the
played-
end of Dragon Ball Super.
Fuck you. I finally played A King's Tale, Final Fantasy 15. A sort of free downloadable game that's like an hour and a half long. It's pretty good. It's like a side scroller beat 'em up. You play as King Regis, and he's like early days. He's like Noctis, like read me a bedtime story that you've never actually told me before. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna just make one up. And then it's like side scroller beat 'em up. So you like do stuff with the swords, and you beat up bad guys and monsters, and that's fun. Like if that game was any longer, that
It'd be
game would have
boring.
worn itself out. Like you're like, oh
Yeah.
my god, I've been spamming the same button over and over and over again. Well, the final boss, spoilers, is Ultros, who's the purple octopus. He's
Yeah.
a fun bad guy. He always like kind of swears at you. He's fun. And then I read Thor: God of Thunder by Jason Aaron.
Yeah.
It's really good. What
He's
it does-
got a first name as his last name. He's definitely a serial killer or a comic book writer.
Yeah, definitely a white guy. he does it like write 3 different Thors for like the first 12 issues. You've got young Thor like pre-Mjolnir. He's just like down on with the Vikings like fucking shit up. He's like, let's go do a thing, and the Vikings like, yes, hell, God, Thor, the thunder, because they're drunk. And then the other one is Thor the Avenger, which is present Thor. And then you've got All-Father, King Thor, which is him at the end of the timeline. Like, everything's dead, like, Asgard's nothing, and and eventually, spoilers, he fights Galactus.
Who's that?
Galactus
The
is
Planet
the
Eater.
Planet Eater. He goes around, he's a Fantastic Four villain. He's the guy with the purple helmet.
Okay.
And yeah, he just beats the fuck out of Galactus.
Or a big CG cloud.
Wait, he beats him?
Yeah, that's what they did
Yeah.
with the movie, wasn't
Like,
it?
he had to get a power up. He had to go get a sword to go kill him. But, like, that was the coolest fight I've ever read. Was just, All-Father Thor versus Galactus.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. And then, you know, it's just a really good thing. Because, like, the first thing about the God Butcherer, which is, this thing is like, oh shit, the gods, they never prayed to me. Oh, my mum died. I'm gonna kill all the gods. Because they won't fucking pay attention to my shit, but they fight each other. I'm gonna kill them all. So he spends the next thousands of years killing gods.
Kratos.
Kratos has like different motivation. It's not like Kratos just wants to kill the gods that pissed him off. Like he killed Ares.
Yeah,
and
but
then,
he's got a very big temper, and everything pisses him off if they like go, oh, you know, you're having a bit of a, you put on a little bit of weight there, Kratos. And he's like, well, fuck you, and there goes your hair.
The scary thing is that he keeps torturing like some gods. He tortures like young Thor and and he's like, I've tortured the god of torture, and he caved in like 2 days.
Who was that? Thor.
Yeah, he was just talking to Thor, saying, I tortured the god of torture. I'm like, holy fuck. You know, he was just a really good villain. Like, I'd like him to be a movie villain, but they'd fuck him up. Like, just like, man.
Hey, Galactus.
God Butcherer.
God Butcher. Okay.
Yeah, Norse Kratos.
Completely different.
Norse Kratos.
He doesn't even kill the Norse gods. He kills all the gods on all the planets of all, like, throughout the universe.
Oh, okay.
He's been doing this for thousands of years.
How old is he?
Thousands of years old.
So, like, at least 12, right?
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a really good like 25 issues. It was just good Thor. I'm like shit, because I read like Thor onwards from that, like his run where Jane Foster takes over as Thor.
Yeah.
I've read all that, but my housemate has like the first 2 volumes, so I read that. I'm like, these are really really good, and you kept reading. But yeah, that's pretty much. I've been watching like more Dragon Ball, catching up on old shows.
Cool.
That's it really.
All right, on to the topic of the show.
The topic of the show is we found out a couple of days ago that Dragon Ball Super is coming to an end in March.
Our very good friend Goku is slipping into a solipsistic coma for a few months.
Yeah, until December. Unless, like, some people think that they might do a special. Just like a random, like, yo, Son Goku and his friends return too.
Yo, Son Goku unlocks Ultra Instinct 2, non-canon by.
False Ultra Instinct. No. Watch the Slug movie. That's weird. The Slug movie is just a King Piccolo arc again.
Yeah. No,
It's just
you're right.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Super is ending. Like, people have been saying hiatus. Like, no, it seems like it's ending. Whether they could come back late. Like, Toei has been saying Dragon Ball will return in Avengers. No. It will return. So probably next year is when it's probably going to return.
Mm-hmm.
But first, how do we feel about this?
I'm sad that we won't have the content anymore. But if they want to take hiatus, improve their show, give us as the audience more like a better quality of show that isn't just cheap fan service anymore, because it has been a fun ride.
Yeah.
But it's getting super predictable and a little draining.
I think it'll be good for them to take a bit of a break purely because of the whole death thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
the death of Bulma's voice actor.
I don't remember
Yeah.
her name. What was her name?
Like Masami Sudu or something like that. Something like that. But yeah, that'll give them time to find a good voice actor to replace her, because some
Yeah.
people have been floating the idea of the Japanese
And-
Videl, who sounds kind of close to her, but or they could just find a whole new talent.
I think if they were to just replace her now, people would be like, it's so insensitive, and then
It's
cop a
too
bunch of
soon.
they'd cop a bunch of backlash from it.
Yeah,
So I think it's probably safer for them to take a bit of a break.
yeah. Hiromi Sudu.
That's it.
Yeah. She was not that old.
She was 50 something, wasn't she?
I can't math right now. 57.
Yeah.
Oh, so pretty young.
Yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Voice of Bulma for 31 years. AKA
Wow.
since the first episode of Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, I do think that'll be good for that. Dean, what do you reckon?
Oh yeah, it's a
How do
bit
you
shit.
Here's
Like-
what we know.
I will miss the weekly will they, won't they do this, stuff like that.
Super
But,
Sunday, yeah.
you know, all good things must come to a break.
Especially in this nostalgia-filled capitalism.
Yeah.
Here's what we know. The last episode will be episode 131, and that'll air on the 25th of March.
Yes.
A lot of the production staff is going over to the movie and
Yeah.
other animators, and other animes rather. I don't know what else, but the thing replacing for now Dragon Ball is a thing called Gege no Kitaro.
Gege no Katara.
No Kitaro. So just say it twice. Or
Yeah.
3 times. Okay. Anyway, point is that that's a really old. That's like a 50-year-old anime
Yeah.
that like big in Japan, and they do like anniversary anime all the time. And that'll probably only go for a year at most.
Well, if it's an anniversary, I hope it's a year.
Yeah, or like 6 months or so. Like
Yeah.
it'll
Yeah.
Sorry,
No,
I'm
it's
just
okay.
having a brain fart. But yeah, a lot of the Dragon Ball Super voice actors that go over to that show,
Okay.
like Masako Nozawa and other ones, they do have roles on that. She's not a main role, but she's like the uncle to the main character. She's like
Yeah.
kind of main character. Yeah, Fuji TV says, well, there's no set plans for the broadcast of a new Dragon Ball show. It's, quote, it's not like the series is over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
whether
basically when a villain runs away, it's like, it's not the last you've seen of me.
Basically.
You're like, you don't know when they're gonna pop up, but when they do, you know shit's gonna go down.
Usually in the next episode of Batman Beyond.
Shut up. But yeah,
That's a pull Batman Beyond. Or as it was called here, Batman of the Future.
why you look at
Oh.
me when you say that?
I don't know.
Batman Brave and the Bold.
That's a fun show.
Next episode, Joker. What's the next episode?
Aquaman.
Joker. Aquaman.
What's the next
Aquaman.
episode? Elastic Man.
That weird thing where they were playing the pianos and Robin and Batman were just...
Roll, Robin.
Oh,
That's
God.
from Batman animated series,
Mm.
and it's called The Legends of the Dark Knight. It's a real fun episode.
It makes me laugh every time I see that gif. It's just them rolling.
That's the Roll, Robin thing.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I just wanted to make sure. But yeah. In the meantime, we've still got heaps of Dragon Ball content to like go through, because the dub just started the Future Trunks saga.
At least it will give time for the dub to catch up, because these guys are fucking slow.
In all honesty, I don't think they're going to catch up. They'll probably like get there and then they'll start new ones like, oh, the dub is taking hiatus.
Well, yeah, like
Funimation's having too much trouble.
Sean Schmel will be
pulling
like,
their
I tore
finger
my
out of
vocal
this."
cords going, fucking Ultra Instinct, I can't do this anymore.
he didn't transform in Ultra Instinct.
He was just like,
He just showed
I'm
up.
here.
Yeah, but he screams a lot while he's in it.
True.
What if they're like, oh, can you do both voices at the same time? We just have time for one recording. And he has to like do the deep and the like high-pitched
Yeah.
voice at the same time.
So he's talking like you're like, that's not Goku.
And the manga is going to continue.
Yeah.
So, going into speculation, I think the manga, hopefully, it'll catch up, because like Toyotaro is like powering through the manga, like
Yeah.
through the anime like content. Like he's like cutting everything out, like recruiting all the soldiers. He like, it's like done. It's like off panel. And it's like, oh, we grabbed Frieza. That was like a quick fight.
Yeah.
Like, powering.
But in the
through.
manga, it went for a while, right?
Pardon?
In the manga, that was like a big.
In the anime,
Oh yeah.
it was like 3 episodes of getting Frieza.
Yeah.
Yeah, and fighting the bunch of people who tried to assassinate them.
This was all off panel, and they just come up like beaten to shit. So hopefully, like he'll get to that, and then he'll start whether it's Dragon Ball or Super, whether if that continues or whatever. If the next show is going to come back with a new name, like Dragon Ball Ultra or whatever, he'll start that manga and then go from there like a normal manga, and then they can do normal animated manga stuff.
If they bring back a new one and they call it Dragon Ball AF, I'm gonna shit my pants.
That's the thing. Like I've been thinking, like, are they gonna call it AF? But like, no, I think they're gonna.
Why
leave
would it be AF? Like alternate future?
Well, you know how like AF was the
Fan series.
Yeah.
Like people thought that was a real thing for
Remember
a
Super
while.
Saiyan
Oh
5?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, shut up.
Do you remember
That's
Super
horrid.
Saiyan 5?
Yeah.
Is that the
Like
one
the
where he was,
silver
like, fully-
SS4?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And he
Turns out
got
that
weird God of Destruction robes
And that was
before
that,
God of Destruction was a thing.
Yeah.
And that was a
Well before.
Someone's original.
the
character.
main bad guy was like Goku's son, but like it was like a Kai basically stole Goku's DNA.
There's like so many different AFs because there's
Yeah.
like that. There's the SS5 one. There's Toyotaro before he. got
Yeah,
to,
that's
was
how he
Toyble.
became so good.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's like 3 different like main AF or like fan fiction writers use that as well. It's just like a fan term. Yeah, if they call the series AF, I think that's a bit rude.
That's Dragon Ball AF.
Dragon
Fame.
Ball is fuck.
It'll be, I don't know, Dragon Ball, the next generation. It'll be Boruto's adventure.
It'll be Goten.
Bull Dragon.
You mean Goku's son?
Yeah.
Do you reckon there'll be much closing with the Super Dragon or anything? If they're gonna change the name of it, do you reckon they'll still have that sort of shit in it?
Like the Super Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Because it's just really been a driving point since Superstar.
Well, that's kind of the name of the Super Dragon Balls kind of fucks with me because like they're the originals, so shouldn't they just be the Dragon Balls and then like the Dragon Balls be called like mini Dragon Balls or something?
You have a
Or
point.
Dragon Ball Light.
You have
like
a point.
LITE.
But like,
Because like you name things like that from
Yeah.
like the
trial
original.
version last 30 days.
Yeah, they were I understand what you're talking about, but I think
that's just a.
what happened was, you know, those were the originals. People drew their power from it. They kind of forgot about these big things because there was no real
I mean, obviously
interplanetary
it's like due to
travel.
writing and whatever else.
Yeah.
But like
There's-
generally, that's
There's
what
no
it should be called.
interplanetary travel, so I guess they're like, these are Dragon Balls, and they're
Maybe-
like, there are big Dragon Balls. Those are super big Dragon. They're super Dragon Balls.
That's probably what it was. Like they started off as the Dragon Balls, but then they forgot about them and remembered, and yeah, oh, those are the.
Oh, I just forgot about that massive power. Didn't tell anyone about it. And I've misplaced them. One's a fucking planet.
They're all planets.
Yeah.
They're all the
Yeah, but when
size
you
of
wish
planets.
for them, they turn into
No,
fucking
but
big rocks.
Remember in the Universe 6
Mhm.
saga, they were like, oh, where's the last one?
Then were they standing
And
on
they
it?
were on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that was gonna happen. I'm like, you're standing on it. Yeah. No surprise.
It's under your fucking face. How did they not discover it too? If that was the dragon and they were like fighting on the stage, how did it not get torn up as the universe
that's what I was
survival
just
thing and
thinking.
just to get like see this like harsh yellow
Because
light?
it wasn't a
just-
battle royale; it was a one-on-one.
Yeah,
and
I know.
after every fight, they restored.
They did
the,
restore it. Yeah.
Oh,
the
those cheeky little angel cunts.
Yeah.
They knew it was under them.
Was it the angels?
No, Bulma found out because she had the Super Dragon Ball radar.
Oh,
She
no, not
was-
even that. Like, did the angels fix
Oh,
it?
the Angels created it, yeah.
Yeah, and they
so after
fixed
every
the
fight,
tournament.
Whis or Vados would fix it.
Yeah.
Because yeah, Bulma was like, "There's 7 here," and they're like, "There's only 6 here, bitch." it's like, oh, right.
I don't understand why they did that either.
Yeah,
it's like,
silly.
oh, they were on it the whole time. That's a thing. Like, it wasn't
Yeah.
even important.
To give
No.
them a stage that couldn't be used again,
Like-
I guess.
Like, they didn't.
To give them a neutral territory without explaining how it got there.
I guess.
But then they explained it.
Yeah.
They were just like, oh, it's been there for like 100
That's
years.
the other thing. They confused me. The Super Dragon Balls were like, you find them in Universe 6 and 7. So they just destroyed Universe 6.
Yeah, like 3 of them are gone. Like I think I was watching a Masterco X video, and they were talking about like, is it the whole thing rigged? Because like Universe 6 is gone, had 3 of the Dragon Balls destroyed, unless they've already collected them.
They have.
They have.
Surely, if they've offered it as a prize,
But we haven't seen them. Like they haven't.
No,
shown
but
it.
they don't have to. Like
True.
if they've decided that that's the prize you're getting.
Yeah,
You're not gonna second guess Zeno's word. Like
Also-
he's already said that he's gonna destroy all the universes. He's fucking destroyed most of them except for 2.
He probably, at the very least, he's already stored them in like one of the safe universes. At the very least.
I guess.
But
Um,
that's the weird thing about it, though. I got confused the whole time. Was like, why is it just 6 and 7? Like,
Because
it's a
that's-
universal thing. Why is it just?
It's not universe. It's just like that's just where he put them. Like that's where he confounded his power. There could be more Dragon Balls. Like for each paired universe, you could have Dragon Balls. There, but
Different
they've never
Super
talked
Dragon
about
Balls.
them.
Yeah. And then in each universe, there's one Dragon Ball that
That was
when
what
you
I was
get
like,
them all together, you get the
theorizing.
Ultra Dragon Balls.
That's what I was theorizing when. I
You
was
get
like,
the
what-
god
how
of
many
creation.
universes would be
Toriyama
right?
goes,
'Cause I was
"What
like,
do you
oh,
want the
this is
series
seven.
to do?" And then you answer, and then he's like, "Okay, big wish time," and just makes it.
Basically, what
Also-
Dragon Ball Super is, anyways.
Yeah.
Also, Masako X pointed out the fact that the creator of the Super Dragon Balls has to still be alive for them to be in use. Because like when Kami
Yeah.
dies,
Or are they just a natural force?
no, he created them. They're still the same.
Who
Like,
created
Yeah.
them? Zeno?
Somewhat. What was
no,
his name?
the guy,
Zalama.
Zalama, yeah,
Zarama.
Zarama.
Saruman.
He's only been mentioned once by that
Fish dude?
Zuno guy.
Remember when Bulma was like, "I want to know where the Super Dragon Balls are?" And they went to all the three
He
places.
went through and he
questions.
like said a lot of stuff.
Said a bunch of shit. Yeah.
But like Bulma and Jakko were talking.
So who's that cunt?
The god of creation is what people have theorized.
Oh.
He's at least the creator of the Dragon Balls.
Yeah, he's the creator of the Super Dragon Balls.
And the guy they were talking
Well, I mean,
to
if you
was
think
just-
about it, like Zeno couldn't keep up with
Mm.
Frieza and Dispo. So if he's not
What I've
strong.
theorized.
He's not strong. He just has.
he's not a fighter. He's,
He just has a
able
gift.
to destroy things.
yeah.
That's
That's
yeah,
why
he's
everyone's
never
scared of him.
created anything.
Like
The
before
angels
anyone can do
created
anything, it's just like, well, you're fucked.
Like if Xeno could create stuff, he'd just make his own god pad. Like, but
Yeah.
he's like,
Grand-
Grand Priest, I need you. And he's like, yeah, right, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll up the specs next time.
Like that's the other thing. Maybe Grand Priest is him because I mean, like he's only been referred to as his position, not the actual
True.
name. Like Whis is an angel, but
Yeah.
his name
you
is
don't
Whis.
you don't say
Angel.
you don't say teacher of the god of destruction of universe 7.
Yeah,
It's
What if he was created
Whis.
as the Grand Priest, though?
I don't know.
What if he
Maybe
just?
It's
is the
just a
Grand
theory.
Priest?
Like,
what I
don't
just
know.
think the dude was just by himself, just floating in a void like Zeno was, and
So-
he was like, I'm gonna put all my energy into these balls. Okay, cool. I wish for multiple universes with its own functioning governments that barely function, that has convoluted Japanese writing, and you take it from their dragon, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep for a while. That's taxing.
But yeah, moving on. Wait, what was I gonna say? A lot of people think like, oh no, they're canceling Dragon Ball Super because it's not doing well, like ratings wise.
Oh,
But it's
fuck
just
off,
started doing good,
very
dude.
well.
He's only just started to like properly
It's
pick up.
crap.
to
Well,
a
that's the,
way-
the sides.
that's the thing. On Japanese TV, it does fine. It does whatever. Like, apparently the special was the lowest rated episode.
Okay.
But like, the thing with, like, it crashes, like all the sites, like Crunchyroll and Anime Lab, like the super, like if you didn't get in like super early, you could. It was hard to watch it. I
Yeah.
think it's a little bit easier here, but
Yeah, we
like
actually-
the episode where it came back with 115, 120. After that 1 week hiatus, that like broke all the sites as well. Like
Yeah,
That's the thing.
It continually keeps shattering.
on streaming
Yeah.
sites, it's super popular. And then you've got the fact that the merchandise, like super merch, sells well. The new games are selling well. Like Xenoverse 2, on Switch alone has sold 500,000 copies, if not 1 million. I can't remember. That's a lot for a Switch. Fighters is super anticipated. Like,
Dragon Ball Super anticipated.
yes, and that's what keeps animation. That's what keeps the anime fueling. That's why Kai was cancelled.
Yeah.
Because no one was buying the merch. And then they sort of like, oh, we should end this.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so if you hear anything like in ratings, no.
Yeah.
So, Do we think it's going to get a new name, or is it going to be like basically Super, but a year later? Like a
I think
season
it'll just be
break?
Super. It'll be unwise for them to relabel it after it's already been rebranded, because they've already got that name power, they've already got the star power, and if they change it again as a PR stance, it wouldn't work well.
I feel like they haven't made up their mind and like they don't even know. So
Yeah, I think no. They have said there's no plan. Like they haven't concreted anything.
They've concreted that they're going to stop the show soon, but
Yeah,
nothing
and that
beyond that.
will probably return. Like they're pretty confident that it'll return.
I'm happy with the fact that they're taking a break and not just ending it completely.
Yeah, because like ending it here does not make sense.
Yeah.
Like, we need more story, because they've set up so much stuff. I think they are going to rename it because a lot of people have negative connotations with Super because of the first two arcs, because of the first two arcs being this movie retelling and bad animation. The fact that
I feel like people have moved on. That was like 3 years ago, and
Holy
since
shit! It's been 3 years.
2.5 years ago.
2.5 years ago, I was right, like roughly 3 years.
But that's the thing, like.
But people have got to get the fuck over that. That was a year of kind of bad content, and we've had like 1.5
better.
of very good content. People need to get over episode fucking 9 or 5 or whatever the fuck
But
it
like
was.
the Golden Freezer saga is not great. Like you look at any panel of that,
Yeah,
it's not great at all.
That's fine. And it was just we're half-assing this. It's just a retelling of the movie.
That's the same thing.
You
though,
guys,
like,
no
I
one was
prefer
really
shitty
watching
animation over like, oh, we made this animation. Let's copy and paste the same one.
I'd
5 minutes
rather
later.
I'd rather a good polish. Like I'd rather that constant Freezer magical girl transformation than a bad animation because
Yeah.
like badly drawn and
Well, yeah,
animated.
but those things those things are understandable. But when it's like actually just talking, like remember Hellas? She kept on doing that thing.
yeah, that
That
yeah.
was fucking annoying.
But I'd
she did that
rather
like 10 times.
that than it looking at her face is all screwed up and that kind of stuff. Like
Yeah, I know what you mean, but it was 2.5 years ago.
yeah, that's the thing. But like
Like,
a lot of people's
That was early steps. That was baby steps. That was stumbles at that point.
But it was
It's-
stumbles that they shouldn't have made.
It's been
They were
Like,
trying,
no
they
one
were
had-
trying to establish a show at the
No-
same time when all of the animators were like, "Fuck this and go to One Piece." Like,
yeah, I'm gonna do a One Piece movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do like not make the same content again because they just came off Resurrection F, and they were going through the like Battle of Gods saga and then the Golden Freezer saga. Like, no, I'm gonna work on a movie where I can actually like. Push
branch
my
out.
talents.
Yeah. But
And
like
then since then, we've slowly been getting them back into Super. Like,
people forgive shit if it doesn't be a reoccurring thing, and it hasn't
Yeah.
been a reoccurring thing. I mean, sometimes you'll see an off-model character for one frame, and you're like, that was odd, but you move past.
I think the worst one for me was that one
When
picture where
Beerus looked like a
Beerus-
dog?
Yeah, it's like what the fuck.
Yeah.
Or there was a one frame where Beerus literally had just dots for eyes.
I think this arc has been good. Like in
The
terms of
Trunks
animation,
arc,
the
like-
Trunks arc was good at times, but also like dicey, but never as bad as like Resurrection F saga.
Yes, but that's because the animators didn't care about that then. Like
Yeah,
they
but like-
gave as much as a shit as they could so that they could get the episode out, and I think that was about it.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's going to hinder their thing.
I like so many people do have the negative connotation because it's only been like not like there's been 3 arcs for them, like 3 out of 5 basically, and it's just like meh, like it's like
Yeah,
Black
I-
onwards.
I do understand that, but people have forgotten about the Paris shootings, and that was just as long ago.
But
people don't really
Yeah, no,
think
I-
about that shit anymore.
people do.
People,
Like there are still a lot of people who
don't
watch
remember
Super.
this shit
People who
unless you bring it up.
Yeah, but it is brought up a lot. If you watch like the YouTubers' theories, they're like, you guys remember episode 5?
But my thing is that people who should be watching Super because they're Z fans haven't been watching Super because they've only heard the start. They've only heard the start of it is shit. They're like, why would I watch the shit stuff? Like,
Yes,
and that's
but-
the thing. There's like a whole audience that they haven't gotten because of the bad stuff. I'm saying if they start fresh and start with an actual production timeline, like maybe with
I
with a
see
new
where
name.
you're coming from,
Yeah,
but the new name thing, it's more of a hindrance than a help.
I think it'll be like a little bit of a
They've
what's
already
going on
got
thing.
so much packaging and stuff like that
Mm.
with the name Super on it They've done so much promo in Japan for Super.
Yeah.
They've got their name out there, and then for all of a sudden to change it,
Yeah.
people would be like, "Wait, was I tripping, or was it always called this?"
No, I do get that. Like,
it's
Super is a brand now, and like while there is
Dragon
negative
Ball
connotation,
GT2.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think like they have the brand of Super, and Super is in video games. Like people know what it is. But if they rechange it, like it'll like have low, like people won't think it as a sequel. It'll be like, what's going on? Like, I know when I've watched TV shows and they've renamed it, I'm like, what the fuck? Like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh did that. I'm like, what are we up to now? Like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers to whatever the next series is. I'm like,
To Samurais.
yeah, it's all just a bit confusing and you can't keep up.
Yeah, like, no, I'm out.
But yeah, basically because ever since the first two arcs, they haven't had a proper production schedule. It's all been like they've had way too many staff on it one episode just to put it out on time with mild competency to great being sometimes. But
Yeah.
but like because they started like they had 3 months to make the first episode basically, and that's not what you need. Like to make episodes and like keep going after that, like because there was only like Resurrection of F came out in Japan in like April. The series started in July.
Yeah.
Like that's fucked.
I do understand that it had its fucking stumbles at the start, but it's been nothing but good since.
Yeah, I think like proper production.
Not excellent, not perfection, but it's been nothing but good.
And for a weekly show, like Dragon Ball Z still looks bad at some points, regardless of like, oh, it's hand drawn and it's great. Like, no, there are some bad looking parts of Z.
Yeah.
But that's just the reality of having a weekly show with no breaks. But yeah, I think we've got all that out of it. But basically, the other thing I wanted to say, better production, is that they can actually sit down and think about a story to do. Like, they keep just going, oh, let's just tournament. Oh, Future Trunk, because he's cool. And then another tournament. Like, they haven't really thought about what they're doing. Whereas, like, other anime, we're like, no, this is what we're doing.
Yes,
like
but other anime also has the well thought out manga ahead of it that it can just
That's why I want
copy
Tara
paste
to catch up and surpass and start making, whether it's Super continues or Ultra or whatever.
Yeah.
It just, they base it on a manga instead. Because, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't care if we get filler. Filler is fun. Like, I've been watching, like, the Saiyan Saga filler. When Goku, like, makes friends with that dinosaur that get killed by a T-Rex. That's a good episode. When he makes friends with a robot. That's a good episode. When he meets those kids. That's not a good episode. I don't like those kids.
I don't like those kids. Something about those kids.
But yeah, like, I do like some of the Z filler. And if we get super filler, like the super filler has been great, like the baseball episode, the Arale episode, like all that stuff, like Christmas.
Copy Vegeta.
Copy Vegeta is great in the dub when they got like the ocean.
I didn't mind it. I liked the Gotenks action. That's what I liked.
Yeah, you're a Goten fan though.
Yeah.
Whereas like
definitely
other than
Goten
that,
fan.
like, but yeah, like being like, you know, in the dub they got like the original Vegeta voice actor to come back, because you know how.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, they got like the old guy, so he plays Copy Vegeta while Chris Sabat's still Vegeta.
I would love that guy's like actual reactions, like, bitch, I was the original G, you should be playing Copy Vegeta.
You know.
But yeah, like, you know,
I think like better storylines is what I want from this, because
which is what's going to happen. We're generally just going to get a better rounded show,
hopefully,
from the break that they'll be taking, and it won't. Like, we've been like, oh, fuck, it's been 2.5 years. This couple months will fly past.
Oh, yeah. Like, we'll have other stuff that we're doing in our lives. The movie will come out. We'll get hyped for that. Like, Fighters comes out at the end of this week. The manga's still going, which will have different content to what's happening in the anime.
Yeah, like, none of this will be a proper issue because we do have stuff to fill our Dragon Ball urges and stuff until they come back. Which they will come back.
Xenoverse 3 is going to be announced at E3 or around then.
Yeah, no, Xenoverse 3 is definitely coming out because they've just released some new forms and stuff like that. They'll definitely be able to make their DLC cash out from that.
I'm not even talking about DLC. I'm talking about like,
No, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, they'll do like up to Future Trunk Saga and then DLC the rest. to let people buy. Yeah. Excuse me. But and also it gives it time to dub to catch up. And what I'd like is, you know how did you know that like did you see that Attack on Titan? Its dub came out pretty quickly after the sub.
Yeah.
Like that for me, unheard of. I'm like, what? Hopefully, since how they're both Funimation, they do that with Super.
They put the foot on the gas with Super, yeah.
Yeah. The only thing that you can't do, like if they do it like that quickly, is that they can't do things like get the original voice actor or copy Vegeta because they don't have time to think on their feet like that.
Yeah.
Because they had to like, oh, let's hire because he lived in Vancouver. Like they had to like schedule time because he's still doing other voice acting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't get fun stuff like that. But no, maybe a shorter dub period. But
Yeah.
I'm not also into the dub, so I don't need that. But it'd be nice.
Yeah.
I want to go through and watch the dub. Like,
So do I. I am gonna watch the dub.
I think that's all we'll do to pass our time. We'll just watch one episode per week.
No, I'm just gonna watch all of it.
No, I know.
Like,
That
I'm
was-
not gonna watch it.
We could review the Future Trunks saga, like after, like if it just started today. Like we could do 2 shows, but I don't know. 'Cause we
Yeah.
haven't reviewed the Trunks saga, but also we've seen it, so it's not as like, oh yeah, we remember this, but now it's English. Trunks is fun, isn't he? I like Trunks.
Yeah.
Trunks, bye.
Like that'll be our show. Like I don't think it'll be that great because we've already seen it.
Anyway,
Do you think they're gonna drop storylines as they go forward?
No.
That's what I'm worried about.
No. I don't think they will. Like, if it still remains Super, plot points stay intact.
Mm-hmm.
That's just bullet point end of it. They're going to take their time and flush out some actual storylines.
Get some cool Universe 6 arc.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully they don't just fucking around in this time and then like 3 weeks before they're going to start up again, they're like, oh, do this. And you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
That's what I'm worried about. They're not going to use their time efficiently and fuck up.
Alright, fine. Well, I don't think Toei would like be taking this break if they didn't want like a mini reset for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Goku, like Beerus vs Goku, we've got to get like a when is he going to surpass that sort of thing.
I feel like it already has.
Yeah.
But like a definitive answer would be great.
I suppose. I mean, I'm really disinterested in Goku versus Beerus because we all know that already Goku's going to win. I want Goku to go away. Honestly, I want the next generation of Dragon Ball
Or you know what
fighters.
Z does? Z, he's barely in the fucking show. He's
Yeah.
either running or training or in a
Dead.
coma. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't do anything in Z until like, oh shit, gotta punch some dudes. Oh, I've been crushed to death. Time to heal. Trying to beat the bad guy. Transform. Kill the bad guy. Fuck off for 2 years. Like,
Yeah.
oh no, I've got a heart and it hurts. Like that's
oh
all.
no, I've got a heart, but it hurts.
Like that's all Z. Like everyone like Z. That's why people love all the Z characters besides Goku because they all take front stage until he comes like, oh no, tell your turn, go home.
Yeah, kill steal.
Like yeah.
I want more Goten.
I want...
Goten character development.
I think if the next arc, like if they like whatever the sequel is, they're gonna age up everything. It's gonna be post. Like what I think the show is gonna be. They're gonna
Malone?
start with like the ending of Z. They're gonna redo those couple of episodes.
You know what would be really interesting?
What's that?
You know how they're in the world of Void?
Yeah.
What if it's like 48 minutes in the world of Void, but time moves faster outside of it?
They already said that it's 48, like it's all normal. But I do like that idea that they come back and like, oh no, it wasn't 48 minutes. Gotenks can't say
It's
shit.
been a year.
Like, yeah.
Like, it actually has been.
Yeah, and it just fucks up everything. Like the Earth is now post-apocalyptic, and there's no Dragon Balls.
I don't think that will happen because
No, I don't
the
think it
10
will.
years apiece.
Yeah,
They still
that's
would
the
have
other
stick
thing.
in the 10 years apiece.
Well, then you can just go back, time travel, fix it all.
But I do think, hopefully there is a time jump because I want the boys to be older.
That's the thing, like, yeah.
And in 48 minutes, they won't get older visibly. Hopefully, that'll be odd.
You come back through all like beard and like, I hate puberty. Girls are fun, aren't they?
I hit the training room and the training room hit back.
But yeah. And do you guys want to talk about on the show or off the show what our content are going to be? You don't want to talk?
Off the
Dean
show.
hasn't spoken a word.
Yeah,
I know.
Fair
He said
one.
like,
He talked
oh
at
yeah,
the
it's good.
start, and he's just been quiet and eating his chicken nuggets this whole time.
He's got enough money for chicken nuggets.
Say, it's it was meant to be a secret that I was eating chicken nuggets, but I
Was
guess,
it? We didn't like.
guess the
one kinda-
cat's out of the bag now.
Guess the chicken nuggets are out of the bag and in my belly now.
In my belly, not your belly.
That's
I
how we're
think
talking
we'll-
as you.
I think we'll discuss what our
Yeah,
content will be
we'll
off
discuss
show.
it, and then
Okay.
Look,
talk
we'll
about
figure
next
it out.
We'll let you know. We'll
If-
give you a little
If
update
we had
video.
up having
And
our
we've got, like,
content,
6 weeks
it'll
to
be
figure
pretty
it out.
evident, so, you know.
And I do have ideas of like just general Dragon Ball discussions.
Cool.
Like,
Like
Roost.
movies, arcs, characters.
I mean, we could
Yeah.
just, like, pretend
Stuff like
that
that.
we're doing the same shit we're doing already,
Yeah.
except we can't go on a tangent because
Nothing
there's
to
the
go
point of
into.
the show.
Yeah. You can't get
Just
angry
talk
at
about
us for
whatever.
not doing it.
No, he
Even
doesn't
though
get
I'm
angry
the
at us
host.
like we always do it.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, we're here to talk about this episode, and then we're like, I remember back in Dragon Ball when this happened. And it's like, ah, shit, that didn't happen last week.
Remember when Goku slaps Bulma's pussy for fun? Yeah, that was a good time.
You dirty slut. What have you got here? Give me back my grandpuppy's ball.
With your saggy tits.
What do I want with your dirty old fanny?
Straight G.
I'm gonna take you to an old guy. Have you met this old guy? What?
Renowned pervert.
Alrighty. Do we have any final thoughts? What do you guys think?
I think everything's going to be fine. I'm kind of in denial about the whole thing ending, but, you know, what
Is-
happens. We don't really have
They've
much control
already
over it.
been like, oh, you gotta train Oob, so they've already dangled that in our face.
Mm.
You've got to do
Makes sense.
something with it, right? I mean, like,
Yeah.
That was before
They-
she died, though.
yeah, I know. That's definitely like something that they don't have to do though. Like they've already fucking in Z with like, yeah, they all lived happily ever after. Also, Boo came back as a human. That was pretty cool. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
And then it's like Goku time.
Yeah.
He's a kid again.
Like, that's the
Be
thing.
prepared for a year of shit.
Man, Dragon Ball was good. Remember that?
That's the thing. Like everyone's like, oh, if they go past Z, they'll have to go to
Amalgam show
GT
is
time. I'm
literally
like,
GT.
no.
No, GT is
Like
not
GT
in their
is 10 years
universe.
after the end of Z. Like there's still another 10
No,
year
but
time.
didn't they say that GT was retconned? Didn't they say that that was like
It basically is because like
In
how good-
Xenoverse,
it's not
which is
canon, but it's not like it doesn't exist. Is pretty much what they've said.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
It's-
Toriyama has.
it's
referred
one of
to
the
it as
dimensions that
side
were just.
story.
Yeah,
It's one of the universes that were destroyed.
Well, that's not how universe.
that's not how the universe.
I know, but hopefully.
What's the
Yeah.
other one? It like the stuff in Super that's already contradicted it. Like
yeah.
I can't think.
People
of anything
hope for the universes to be like alternates, but it didn't really work in that sense.
No,
Because the only way you could have had it is if it was like paired universes, and we already have the
I
same.
mean like they could do
Universe
alternate
six.
universes still though, because Future Trunks' timeline is basically an alternate universe, and
It's
they
an alternate
introduced.
timeline.
That's
It's not
the
an
thing. The
alternate
universes
universe.
all have different timelines. It's only like each
Yeah,
of
but
those
that's
rings.
really what people want. Is like a different.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
something where
Like we can
other
look
things
at
happen.
that, but
But,
in a
um,
sense, we've already got universes.
But
So
that's-
we can't have that. And the only way to travel to
Oh,
those
how interesting would
alternate
it
timelines
be?
is if you change your future.
Oh, no, that wouldn't work. I was gonna say how
So Trunks
interesting
can
would it
travel back to them somehow, but they can also.
I was
travel
gonna
forward.
say how interesting.
How the
would it
fuck
be-
do they travel?
Wait!
How the fuck do they travel forward to Trunks' timeline, but that not be their future?
They created it. Like they explained that in the Black Saga. That
Like
when Future Trunks traveled back in time for the first time, he created that alternate timeline. and
Right,
that
but then
path.
they use right.
And the fact that they use that same time.
So then
machine.
they can't travel forward in time to their own future.
No, because he couldn't travel back. And they
It's
use the same time.
It's
machine.
They
a
did travel
it's a
back.
They've only traveled with that.
it's
did
a
travel back.
it's a time stream
Yeah.
hopper, not a time
they-
travel
like-
hopper.
They did explain that,
Yeah.
and they've only ever
Stupid.
used one time machine.
Yeah.
Stupid.
But I was just gonna say, how interesting would it be if the universe that Future Trunks went to was GT, and they just like.
he went to his own like.
He went to one where
But that's
he
what I was gonna
existed
say.
already.
That's what I was gonna
It
say.
was him and Mai.
Who died, and they just took the
No,
place.
no.
No,
They said that they already existed.
There's like-
Weiss was like, "Are you okay with existing in the same timeline as
Like there's two
another
versions
you?"
of them in that timeline now. That's what's so fucking weird.
So
Like,
they'll
you
just
already-
kill each other.
No.
no,
Yeah.
Kill each other.
I want blood.
Trump's black.
We said, "Are you okay with going to this timeline where you already exist. There will be ultimately 2 of you and 2 of my. And they said, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, well, some sick
I think they
foursome.
didn't just stay in like
Yes.
Goku's timeline. Like obviously that's the best timeline.
Because that Kid Trunks already exists there.
But there's already a Trunks in that timeline. Like
Yeah, but that's adult Trunks. That's okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
He has purple hair.
think-
He has blue hair. He has hair.
Yes.
I don't know.
Kid Trunks goes bald. Not clickbait.
alrighty, I think that about
Take
wraps
us
it up.
home.
No.
Please.
Anyway, so that was our Dragon Ball discussion. If you like Dragon Ball discussions, we do Dragon Ball Super discussions every week until the show ends, which will be sad.
7 more weeks, boys.
Yeah, boy. If you like pizza, we do a show called Pizza Time. We're up to our 10th episode, and we just had a big boy, big hot boy.
Our second big boy.
Yes. If you have any questions for the show or any opinions on Dragon Ball Super ending, leave a comment below or email us at amalgamshow@gmail.com. If you enjoyed this video, click a like. If you disliked it, press it twice and then subscribe and click that bell to be part of the...
Notification squad. Hashtag notification squad.
You gotta
Everybody
hashtag it.
join that hashtag notification squad.
If you hashtag it, we'll send you Domino's Pizzas
I
discount codes.
Fucking hate that.
We're not sponsored.
I mean, like,
we're
I'm
just
doing
gonna
it.
send you some codes.
I'm doing it, but man, every time I see a YouTuber be like, join the hashtag notification squad,
I've
I'm
never
like,
seen
oh,
it.
fucking kill me, man.
I've never seen
What was
that.
it? Anime Live Reactions is one of them. And he like does this whole thing. It's like, to become a part of the notification squad, hit the bell. Like, he does this voice, and it's like this clip that he puts in his shows at the start.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's just like, wow, I definitely do not want to watch your content.
Alrighty, until next time.
Please watch our content. Bye.
Catch you later.
Join the notification squad.